Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. Some late-breaking player prop odds have come out from Bet365 Sportsbook, and I am here to give you a preview on a couple that I think are great adds to your Week 3 NFL player prop picks. And we'll start it off with Nick Foles and the St. Louis Rams heading back to the Edward Jones Dome to play the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one. And the Steelers come in as pretty solid favorites in this one, but that just means that the Rams will likely have to be throwing the ball a lot more because of the Steelers' high-powered offense, and that could add a lot of value to Nick Foles and the over here for his passing yards total of 247.5. This is a little too low for a Rams team that heading back home should have some value in that dome here on offense. And on top of that, the Steelers defense has been giving up a ton of yards to opposing quarterbacks so far through the first 2 weeks of the season. Against Tom Brady, they almost gave up 300 passing yards. Last week, they gave up more than that to Colin Kaepernick, 335 to be exact here to the San Francisco 49ers. And if game script ends up being the same as what it was last week, where the Steelers get out to a lead, forcing the Rams to throw the ball, Nick Foles is absolutely going to have more than 250 passing yards in this one. He could have 250 by the end of the third quarter against the Steelers defense that's been giving up more than around 300 yards passing so far per game through the first 2 weeks of the season. At minus 125, I think the over is absolutely a great value here for Foles and his passing yards total. Now, next one coming up has some late-breaking news that I think added a lot of value to it, which I'm adding to my player prop picks, and that is Stevie Johnson and his over-under for receiving yards at 57.5. Now, the big one there, this one is Ladarius Green, the fill-in backup tight end for Antonio Gates, who's been playing pretty well, suffered his second concussion in 2 weeks last week and will not play in this game, which just means that Stevie Johnson's going to see even more targets in the slot. He's been seeing double-digit targets already. I think 10 or 12 targets is an easy lock for Stevie Johnson in this one, and if he can get that many targets, 57.5 yards should be an easy play for the over here in this one. Phillip Rivers going up against that Minnesota Vikings secondary should be able to exploit it, and I think they're going to have to pass the ball a little bit more in this one as well, because other than Keenan Allen and Malcolm Floyd, the Chargers really don't have that many other reliable passing options now that Green is going to miss this game, and in fact that Antonio Gates is still suspended here for the first 4 weeks of the season. I think 7 or 8 catches for 60 or more yards for Stevie Johnson out of the slot is a great value, and at minus 110, the over here definitely has some pretty good NFL odds surrounding it as well. So those are your 2 NFL player prop picks for Sunday, week number 3. Best of luck to you on those. Make sure you check out my team prop picks as well from Bet365, but until then, for Sportsbook Review Videos, I'm Jordan Sharp.